for small businesses and small people to figure this out. They figure it out for you and show you what to do. And you make an appointment. Again, they're all free. They'll never charge you anything. And so it's how could the government buy your stuff? And that's off my top of my head that's what I would think.
Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Paycheck. I'm Paula Christine. So a few weeks ago, we had Matthew Lesko on talking about where you can find some free money or some help in other areas of financial, even healthcare. So today he's asked to come back because he wants to talk about what's going on in the world or in the United States today. So he wants to talk a little bit about Doge. So welcome back, Matthew.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to let you go ahead and lead this conversation because I pay attention, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of crazy, all the things that are going on. And
it's too much to digest. It's a fire hose. And that's their MO. I mean, then you can't catch them on anything if they keep having new stuff.
Well, first of all, I think we have to kind of keep this conversation based on what's going on and not political and if you're a Democrat or a Republican kind of
conversation. What I worry about the politics involved is stopping people from applying for grants.
That I would believe because supposedly they're not there.
Exactly, which is absolutely wrong. The few that they got a hold of and saying are really in the courts yet. That's just their idea. So we don't even know more about that. And there's so much given out. They're just, that's pennies compared to what's given out in grants. So really what you should do if you need money for something is ignore what's going on in Washington. Because most of the grant money that you need for starting a business or you have financial problems or housing or anything like that, what they're doing is really what anybody does when they hit the White House, they're really looking at long term. And that long term, it may be meaningful. Short term, it'll be little to no meaning. Because everything is committed already. It's at the local governments ready to give out. And actually what you're doing too is contacting local governments. So if you want to buy a house or you can't afford something and you think there's no money there anymore, there is because it's local. And so if you go to those programs I talked about last time, or it's called findhelp.org, and you put in your zip code and you could find hundreds of programs even that will help you finance things with existing money.
Now, I have to admit, I did tell my son to go and look, and he did. He'd like to go back to school.
Oh, good.
He's 25. He's I'm sharing his personal business, but he's 25 and, has a daughter, has a 2.5-year-old daughter. So it's very difficult for him to be able to go back to school. So I said, Matthew said to go look at this website, which he did. And of course, he couldn't find what he was looking for. And I couldn't either. So it's a bit confusing when you get there.
It is. And that's why even for going back to school, Find Help isn't as good.
Okay.
What he should do is go to something called careeronestop.org.
Careeronestop.org.
And make an appointment with people there. Okay. Now, when you say, and that's in every county has it, so you can make an appointment, and they have training money. Now, so you see, he has a child now, because the other programs, does he really want a degree for something?
I think actually, to be honest with you, I think he would be very content in going to some sort of trade school.
Well, there's tons of dough for that. But start with the Career One Stop.
Okay.
And don't go to Google because the trade schools and Google will charge you money. Okay. And they have money in the government for that. So he goes to Career One Stop. Then he contact your local community college. They have programs that they get government money to, and you're in Michigan, right? Are you?
Correct.
Yeah. Lots of stuff for high paying jobs that will pay him $40,000 a year to
Yeah, that's
learn.
what we were looking for was that because you said that would help with his housing costs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's they're called, it could be every place is different. They could be called apprenticeship programs. And and ask your career one stop about apprenticeship programs.
Okay.
And I know Michigan has manufacturing apprenticeship programs, and they're paying a lot of money, to get you skilled. And it's not sitting in the classroom stuff. So you're making money learning, hands-on stuff, learning that. So you go to Career One Stop, and then you go to your local community college because they have it's sort of a gateway place for a lot of these programs. And make an appointment though. But don't just look at programs. You have to get on the phone. In person is best because it's too hard to know everything. You and I read everything. So like, I sent you there. You have no idea what the hell's going on.
No.
And that's understandable. So that's why you really have to talk to people because there's so much out there. And it's overloading. So now people become the important thing. Also, people, if you get a person, they could find things that aren't even there. And that's how you do research, is not trying to find the obvious things. The real gold is things that are not obvious. And to get there, you have to talk to people. I remember I was a professor in computers for a while. And if a person came to me in office hours, somehow they got smarter and it was harder to flunk them. I never went to see I hated school. I never went to office hours on anything. And I said, oh, that's what they do. And so if I didn't know you, it was easy to flunk you. And so it's
Yeah, you
that.
build relationships with people, they're more willing to help you.
And these people you're talking to are there to help you. That's what they do. They're getting paid to do that. So you want to get a relationship with them because they have so much stuff. You go online, you get so confused, and they've been doing that for years or whatever. And so they're easy to be your navigator. And it's a human instinct to want to help each other. I mean, this is a basic instinct of life. We get joy out of that. But it's not fun helping a robot.
Yes, I would agree. So I know you talked about that program where they'll help up to like 40K for your living expenses. Is that
Yes.
under the Career One or is that someplace else?
It
And
could be both, but Career
okay,
One is a good place to start. The name of most of those is called apprenticeship,
okay,
but they have other names for that too. And so that's why the organizations that have that good play would be your Career One Stop and your counselors at the community college.
okay,
Because a lot of these are run through the community college. So that's two definitely, and two definitely to cut in time to go belly to belly with these people. Because once you get there, and if they can't help you, then you ask them where else to go.
okay.
That's the important thing. You don't leave empty-handed. It's like the game shows. Tell them what we have for them, Johnny. I know they didn't win, but you get a game or something to take home with you.
Okay.
So there's always a consolation prize. And unfortunately, that's the only way you find it, because if you go to Google, you're going to find people are advertising for training programs, and all those people want your money because they have to pay for advertising. So that's definitely, yeah. But I'll give you my number. He could text me if he has a problem.
Okay. We can
Okay.
do that when we get off because I'm sure
Okay.
you don't want everybody who listens to the show to have your phone number.
Worse has happened. I used to do I used to do that to government programs. Say, oh, this great big program is a house for $1. That's what it's called. And, well, I call it that. Now they're starting to call it that. And I was on some big national talk show. And they said, well, where is that program? And, oh, here's the phone number of the office. And it was an office of the program's really local, but there's a main office that has one person there. So this one person got 10,000 phone calls and 100,000 letters or something in 2 days. And so I hired somebody to go down and help them with the mail and stuff like that. So I'll fix anything like that. But
Okay, so I will I will pass on that information. So let's go back. I know I kind of diverted the
Yeah,
conversation,
no, no, that's
but
good.
let's go back to what we were talking
Mm,
about and how
yes.
we hear in the news that all the grants are stopping, but that's not
Yeah,
necessarily true.
that's ridiculous. I mean, it's hurting. They're hurting a lot of people. They're hurting a lot of people. They're firing. I mean, thousands and thousands of people. I mean, a building now. I know a handful of building uh, people I live with in this building in downtown Washington D.C. just lost their job overnight. They've been there 15 years. You know what the hell's going on? So it's sort of hurting people that way more now. But again, even that's not through the courts yet. So it's a mess. But in 99, 44, 100% of the time, it's not going to affect the stuff you need. And so it's like headlines. It's like uh, going out with one woman with blonde hair and who's stupid, and you think all blonde hairs people are stupid.
Hey, 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 we're not
Yeah,
stupid.
right. That's what I mean. So it
But we
is.
can use that again. We can always go, I'm having a blonde moment. So I use that all the time. Like, oops, I'm having a blonde moment.
I know people with southern accents do that, pretend they're a little stupid or something to get what they want. And in
Yeah.
research, that's it, because you sound harmless. And if you sound harmless and doing research, then people are more open to you and give you what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Life's a
Yeah.
bit of a game sometimes.
But yeah, just have them go forward on that. Now, the other thing to look at is if there's something there in Find Help, there's a section on job training. So if he puts in a zip code and then puts on job training, now that's sort of the third spot. The first two spots are definitely make a belly to belly appointment with those two people. And then also, if he needs help with finances while he's going through, then he goes back there and looks for rent or utilities
On
or what.
Find Help.
Yeah, on findhelp.org, findhelp.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
daughter is going into a 2-year program for nursing. And of course, she has to go to school for the full 2 years full time,
Right.
which means she has to stop working. And
Oh, right.
I'm like, but Matthew said there's programs out there to help you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And again, it takes some work. Now, the program, I mean, see, they're paying a lot for that too. Does she have is she paying for the program or?
No, I don't believe she is.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah. So what she needs is living expenses. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, and actually for the school, now the school is a good place because they have that problem all the time. And so make sure the
She reaches
school.
out to her counselor.
Yeah, so at the school itself, but they usually have a financial aid. Depends on how big the school is. There should be a financial aid office, and they're the people you want to talk to. Like I give a scholarship to our local community college here for single moms, for tuition, and I have to beat on them to give out the money.
And there's
It,
so many single moms going to school right now.
exactly, they have to, because I mean, I think they're the backbone of our society. We don't have these people, man, and we don't take care of them, then that's a whole generation that is going to be really messed up. And they're the real warriors, I think, of our country. Are the most important thing. I mean, what happens if? Oh, anyway.
Yeah, I
uh,
was, somebody sent me because I'm trying to expand my business and hire a couple of, or at least one employee for sure, but hopefully two down the road. And someone had sent me a link to olgas.com that they were giving out up to $10,000 in grants to, I believe, women business owners. But it got down to, I got it too late and I had to do a formalized business plan, which I did not have
I see.
in
Well,
place.
go and get that help to do that.
Yes,
And
I did, but I just ran out of time because it was, I got
okay,
it 3 days before the application had to be submitted.
yeah, but anything for that to grow your business, look at, go to sba.gov slash, and then sba.gov/local.
Local assistance, been there.
Right, exactly. And put in your zip code, and there may be even special organizations just for women entrepreneurs there. And make an appointment just to see what kind of stuff they have, even for future. If they can't help you now with something or whatever, but I'm sure they have something, and to see, so where to talk to. So something like this that came up quick, hey, you could get professional help for free to solve or some legal problem or
Right.
whatever you have, to know
Right.
that that's sort of like a staff you
Yeah.
have without having to buy them.
Yeah. I figured it, I haven't had to do a formalized business plan
Yeah, no,
forever.
I know.
So I'm figuring it's time maybe that I should have one
Well, only
that
if
I
there's,
can.
yeah, maybe not. If you have some places, I mean, that's why these people could say, okay, where are grants I could apply for now? And if you look at them, and if they require a business plan, well, then, okay, how do I get help to do a business plan and have something to do it for? But I would think you want to get contracts first.
If I was in the type of business that could work with the government, how do I go and look for government contracts,
Well,
or how do I apply for that? How does that work?
Well, don't go to Google because you'll get somebody who's going to share $5,000 to do that. But if you go to this website, and let me put it in to make sure I get the right one. It's Apex, APEX, accelerators, ACCELERATORS. So Apex, ACCELERATORS.US.
Okay.
So you go to that website, and it has a state-by-state listing of free help. So again, these are, the government pays for people to help you get money from them. It's just amazing to me. And some of them even have grants to help you they give you money to figure out how to get more money from them. It's crazy. But make an appointment to see. And then the hard problem is you have to figure out all the paperwork and all this stuff in dealing with government contracts. I mean, this is why Elon Musk is in all over Washington. He gets billions and billions of contracts, and he wants more. So all the rich people know this. And so the government has this service for small businesses and small people to figure this out. They figure it out for you and show you what to do. And you make an appointment. Again, they're all free. They'll never charge you anything. And so it's, how could the government buy your stuff? And that's off my top of my head, that's what I would think. The other thing is that what may be interesting is in job training, like you're talking about for your son or whatever, they train people to get into the workforce. So there may be training programs that you could offer for people in careers and to worry about this. So that's why it's being creative on seeing how it can be used. So if someone says no, it knows or not knows anymore, except in sexual harassment.
Yes, definitely in that case.
But
No is a
everything
no.
else in life, it's a little more flexible.
Well, I think in anything in life other than that, sexual harassment, you just keep asking and asking and asking until you get a yes.
Yes.
And you'll eventually will get the yes if you ask
Absolutely.
enough. But most people give up before
Yeah.
they get to the yes.
That's right. And that's what the rest of us are here for, is encourage people to keep asking.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about my son and how he can look for some type of an apprenticeship program.
Right.
How my daughter could potentially talk to her financial aid department about help when she goes into her 2-year
And find help. Yeah.
apprenticeship. Well, it's kind of like, what is it when they go to nursing school for 2 years? It's on the job training, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you are a small business owner like myself, then to go to SBA and maybe make an appointment with them to see what kind of assistance they have with your local SBA. And then go to, if you want to maybe look at some government contracts or government grants or anything, then to go to apexaccelerators.usa.
Now, the government SBA, you're not really going to the SBA. You're just going to the SBA database of all the nonprofits where you live that help people.
Okay.
So, yes.
I did go to that. I know that there's programs in Oakland County, Michigan, where I'm at, they have a program where
Right.
you can meet with them. They'll help you write business plans, and you're
Exactly.
meeting with former business owners
Right.
who are now volunteering their time to work with people who want to get started. So I did look at that. I
Okay.
did look
Good
at
for
that
you.
program.
Okay. And if you don't like one, you go to another one. Because you
Yeah.
usually have a half a dozen or so.
Yeah, it's just the one when the last time that we did this podcast,
Mhm.
which I think was about a month or so ago, it was like you just are such a wealth of knowledge that when you go to try to work on this yourself, it does tend to get a little overwhelming
Yeah.
when you're trying to take these websites and try to figure out
Yeah.
how to work around.
No, absolutely. And that's why a service I have now is, see, I don't even do the work anymore. And because I never saw, that's why I thought I couldn't grow this thing because I'm only one person. How many people I could have help? But I thought I started a subscription base, and then I see what's happened though is members are helping members. Yeah, because they figured out how to do it. And I think that they're even better at helping people than I am because they're more like them, except me, you know. I've been studying 50 years. And I dress like a clown, so nobody could relate. Well, that guy to get it.
Yeah, well, I think people are on the ground doing the work,
Right.
then they can help somebody else who's going through the same
Exactly.
process because you're not actually sitting down and doing the work on.
No,
You're
exactly.
just trying to educate people, and yeah,
Right.
I mean they'll figure out maybe some loopholes along the way, or
Yeah.
so. So where do people go to subscribe to your service?
Leskohelp.com.
Okay.
Leskohelp.com. Yeah. And tomorrow we have $20,000 grant we're giving out. We give out like $50,000 or $70,000 every month to members, just to members. That's our profit. What we do, we give it back to members
Oh wow, that's nice. So you do that once a month,
every month. Yeah.
every month.
I can't believe I did it. I mean, it's something I thought you had to be Jeff Bezos or his ex-wife or somebody like that to be able to do that.
Well, did
But
you
yeah,
hear about that guy, Mr. Beast, who gives out all kinds of money?
uh,
Somebody told me about him the other day. He just
uh,
gives out all the money that he earns, and I'm
yeah,
talking millions.
yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, you can't eat it. You can't take it with you.
nope.
But I think I do it selfishly. Giving it feels so good, and I
Well, we
think
all know that if you give, you get
uh,
more, you receive more
yeah,
back.
it makes your heart grow. You know, that's the only thing I can get better at is loving. I can't get stronger. I can't get faster or smarter, but I feel I could love harder. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
Well, kind of like some of the things that I've been doing with my interpersonal work,
Uh-huh.
and it's really based on the more you love, the more you show love, the more you give love.
Yes.
You're happier
Oh,
because
absolutely.
you end up getting so much in return. And it could be something as just,
That's
somebody smiling back at you because you were
right.
kind to them that warms your heart. But in giving that love to someone, even a stranger, could be the moment when they really, really
Need it.
need to see
Yeah.
that bit of kindness, and that,
Right.
ends up changing their day.
I sort of feel it's like it opens your heart every time you do something like that. Your heart opens up more, and then somehow, even saying the word love to me, because I couldn't even say it as a guy growing up in the '50s. You never said it unless you got married or something, and and that opens your heart though, and then that makes your life more comfortable and easier for some reason. You know, every time you open your heart a little more.
Yeah. Is that the Grinch? Is that his
Old Christmas or something, that
the
Grinch?
Grinch? Yeah, isn't it his heart that grows
Oh, I
and
see. Oh,
grows and
really?
grows and grows and grows
Oh,
from love?
really? Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta look that up. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody can steal.
So
I'm always looking for good ideas. This is steal.
start watching Dr. Seuss. He has all
Yeah,
kinds of stories
yeah,
within stories.
right.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You always had
My
such a wealth
pleasure.
of knowledge, and
Uh, it's fun. If I knew being 81 was this much fun, I would have got here a lot earlier.
mm. I don't know if I would, I don't know that. Maybe if I said that, maybe when I'm 81, I might think that, but I'm okay waiting to get there.
Oh,
I'll enjoy the latter part of my 50s first.
oh, it did. I can't believe that 81 was going to be this good. Yeah.
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 Well, I think what I've learned from doing this podcast and other people in my life that I I'm happy being 59, and 59 is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
Oh, good. See, you feel like I do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of love to give between now
Yeah.
and 81.
Good. Don't waste it.
No,
No, you can waste it. It's renewable. It's a renewable energy.
that's true.
It's not
It's true.
fossil fuel.
I was listening to someone the other day and they say it takes so much more effort to spread hate than it does to spread love.
Yeah, that's true.
You really got to think about how to be mean to someone, and it's so
Right.
easy to be kind.
Yeah. Good idea.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I'm going to let you go. So, if anybody would like to reach out to Matthew, again, we'll have his contact information
Great.
in the show notes, so you can reach out and maybe look at subscribing and learning from the people that are already in his network. So, thanks again. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
See
Oh,
you.
he even blew me a kiss.
Yeah. I want to open that heart.
Open my heart. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye bye.